I'm joined here today by the one, the only, newest champion at LFA. I'm, of course, talking about Lupita Godinez. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm really good, thank you.
I,
Excited and happy.
of course, we see a little bit of the damage from the fight on your face. How is everything healing up? Are you still in pain from anything, or is it just a cosmetic?
It's just this, every no injuries, no nothing. So I'm happy. I'll take this any day.
Of course, before we get into the fight and all that stuff, I have to ask because you have a bunch of different nationalities, right? You, of course, have Mexico, Canada. Can we expect more that you start collecting these in North American nationalities, the United States, get the whole trifecta and everything, or are we happy with where we're at currently?
Right now I'll stay how I am right now, and who knows? Maybe in the future I do that just to easier things up.
For sure. Let's talk about this win a little bit. Obviously, it started off as a very dominant performance. We saw the champion, have a little bit of things towards the end of the round. How do you sort of look back on the fight yourself?
um, yeah, I always knew that she wasn't gonna give up no matter how down she was. So like I just had to be like super like I was always ready for whatever she was gonna do, because she was like you couldn't doubt her in any moment of the fight, because she's all, how she wins usually, right? She's losing and then she pulls something out of nowhere. So that's amazing, and I really respect her for that. And that's why in the fight I had to be like there. I couldn't like sleep on her in no time, right? So yeah, that was it.
I mean, we saw the dominant performance. Where did that come from? Is that through, having that training camp and coming up with the right game plan? Is it just the way you felt out there? How exactly did that happen?
Well, I watched a couple of her fights, and every fight, like she haven't changed much, so it was like everything we did in camp is pretty much what happened. I pretty much the thing, it was just like, okay, I'll just keep it on the feet, and let's see how things go. And she probably gonna trying to do something, fell down and jump guard, things like that. So we were ready for anything, like for anything that she does usually in her fights.
And so, what's going through your mind in the fight? Because obviously, we saw sort of, the momentum was going your way, then it was hers a little bit. What's going through your mind as you're, trying to get through this sort of brutal fight?
Like this is one of the fights that I had the most fun, because I get to enjoy the whole fight, because like it's not me only fighting, but I get to see everyone around me. I get to hear everything people are saying. I even had like couple words with her talking. We talk a little bit. Uh, so it's just like I'm there, and then I'm just seeing everything happening, and that I was telling her like, oh my gosh, you're so tough. When are you gonna go down? Right? That's pretty much what I told him mid fight, because like I had her wobbly a couple of times, and then I was like, oh my goodness, what is it gonna take, right? Super tough girl. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, how are you still standing, my friend?
does it does
But
it
yeah,
does it make it tough when you have those moments like that where she's wobbling for a second? You think like, okay, I might get the finish, but then you have to keep going anyways. Does that start to get difficult?
no, no, not really. I was having so much fun. Like when the fight finished early, I'll be like, oh, I wish I was there. I was there in the cage more time. But I mean, if you finish quick, you cannot complain about that, right? But at the same time, I haven't fight for a year, and I love to be in the cage. So it's kind of like, that was good that went the 5-5s.
And so, how did it feel to get back in the cage after a year off? Some people they have ring rust, stuff like that. Didn't seem to be your case at all. How did it feel to get back out there?
No, I done that before when I broke my hand. My first professional fight, I broke my hand, and then I had a 1 year off to heal. I had two surgeries. So like I'm used to that, but every time I'm back, like I'm always working. So I'm always excited to come back and show my new skills. So no, it wasn't the case that I was ring rust or whatever, because I'm always working, and I love what I do, and then I'm always thinking about it. So it's like I'm in the cage every single day. That's how I feel. So yeah, it was fine.
And so, what did you think after the fight when we were hearing the judges' scorecards? I believe one of the judges had it as a draw, stuff like that. What do you think when you hear that? Does that get you a little bit scared that it's going to be a draw or anything like that?
Honestly, when they call when they announce the scorecards and stuff like that, I'm never listening.
Oh yeah.
I'm never listening. I'm just somewhere else. um, but like I thought and I felt that the fight, it was mine. So like after the fight, when they told my corner told me about what happened, the scores and stuff, like I was like, okay, well that's weird, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, where were you, mister? Right?
Right.
But yeah, whatever, that's fine. I mean, that's, first of all, it's my fault to leave it up to them, right? But and also, like, you know I don't know, it's frustrating, it's frustrating, but what can you do? Nothing.
So, what's your situation like with LFA? I mean, are you under a long-term contract with them? I assume being champion, things start to get a little bit complicated. What's the situation like?
Nothing. They're super easy. They are super good promotion to fight for, and it was just this the contract. It was for this fight, and that's it. Yeah, I'm the champ, and I need to go to the UFC.
And so, what was that feeling like getting the belt around your waist? You mentioned the UFC is a goal, but I assume being champion as well. That's got to be every fighter's goal too.
It's nice to it's nice to win a fight like that, and in that big organization, because it shows all the hard work, and everyone that is have put the time is showing, and that's always exciting and good for for my team and everyone that always has been with me since day one.
And so, what did this fight do for your career? Because we saw a lot of people were talking about it. They were saying it's one of the great title fights in LFA and everything, and the women's fighting, all that stuff. I assume now, like, you must be ready for that big step up with everyone talking about you and talking about the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I better get that call. That's all I'm expecting right now. That's all I'm waiting for.
But has there been any contact with the UFC? Have you heard anything that's letting you know that it's coming up quickly?
I haven't heard anything, but I haven't. That I will I will announce it.
Yeah, for sure. Realistically, when do you think we're going to see you fight again? Because I know you say you don't have any injuries. Obviously, the face is going to heal up very quickly. I mean, do you have an idea when you're going to fight again?
um, if it's probably gonna be early next year. For the UFC give me a matchup, and as soon as they call it, I can go anytime.
For sure. One last question. Realistically, let's say the UFC, they call you up and they tell you're in the UFC and stuff. Who would be that first opponent that you'd want to fight in the UFC?
Oh man, I haven't got through the strawweight list. Yeah, I mean, of course, I would love to fight like top 10, but I gotta
Right.
work my way up, and there is so many girls, so I have no idea. Whoever they give me, I'm well rounded, so I'm not scared of any of those girls.
For sure. There we go. Listen, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the title and everything. And hopefully, we'll see you fight soon in the UFC.
Thank you very much.